Hey guys, welcome back. I am in the shop right now. Just gonna buff out these plastics for Grand Prix so that I can put the playfield back together. So I kind of want to show you a couple here, and I'm going to show you a before and after the buffing. So this is kind of what they look like right now, which they don't look bad at all. You know, obviously the backs are real dirty. I don't know if I can lightly just run the wheel on it just to kind of clean it up a little bit, but got to be extremely careful obviously on the backside. But I'm going to run my little mini buffer with some automotive polish, rubbing compound for cars, and we're going to see if we can get the yellowing out of these and see if we can get them to look pretty nice. They already look pretty good, so I think they're going to clean up nicely. So I'm going to put it on high speed. A lot of this video is going to be on high speed because there is a lot to get done, and see how it goes. Don't know if you'll be able to see the difference on camera. There's definitely a difference. So this is what I just buffed out, and this is before buffing out. Probably can't really see much of a difference on camera, but in person, it's dramatically different. This is way shinier and less yellowed than this one. So I'm gonna do the rest of these off camera. There's no point in showing me do all these. It's kind of boring. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit all these and I'll be back. All right, I cleaned all those up. I'm gonna hit this real quick with the buffer, just to clean this up.
Yes.
This is for polishing metal.
Didn't realize
Oh boy,
it until earlier.
Almost lost her. There's the close one. Barely touched the thing and it went flying.
And no, I am not editing it out because it happens, guys.
There's so much debris on the ground from, I've been buffing all the stainless steel on the 59 Buick, or 59 Impala. Yeah, every once in a while it will go winging. You gotta be careful. Good news is the wheel spins towards the floor. So if it does take apart, it usually goes to the floor. You guys remember that movie Tommy Boy? where he went to polish up the oil filter, that's pretty much what just happened. Except for it didn't go out the window. So look at the difference. I mean, that thing's freaking like chrome now. It just went for a little ride, that's all. Any part that you clean up on the playfield makes a difference. So, you know what I mean? Every time you clean more and more stuff, it makes the game look better and better, because if you have a few things that are not perfect, but you have a bunch of things that are close, you know, really good shape, and they're polished up nicely, it makes a huge difference. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go in the basement and we're gonna wet sand with some 2000 grit the playfield where I sprayed the clear, and then we're gonna start waxing it. Okay, I have some 2000 grit. I'm gonna use a little Windex rather than water, or window cleaner in a spray can. And we just wanna smooth this out. And don't be surprised if a little bit more dirt comes off from doing this. Actually, not too bad. But now, there is no real difference in this area from the clear I sprayed last night and the rest of the playfield. It's about the same shininess, so that when I go to wax this thing, it should come out pretty evenly. 2000 grit is very, very, very fine. Just enough to knock the dirt out of the clear and dull it up a hair. A little rough right there still. All this feels good down here. Right here is rough. That's better. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over this playfield with some Novus 2. Okay. With my drill and a little buffing wheel. I'm going to use a little foam buffing wheel. So I have two different styles here. I have a foam one I'm going to use, basically the same style I was using on the plastics. And then this, we're going to apply the wax with this guy here. It's like a microfiber style. Let's do a little section in the middle here. This should start shining it up. Of course, my bottle's clogged up. Oh boy, I am freaking dropping everything tonight. Clumsy. You could buy these kits on like Amazon, just these little buffing wheels. Where did I put my towels? I'm going to show you the center here, and then I'm going to put it on high speed, the video, and we're going to go over this whole thing. But you can see how it's starting to shine it up. See that? See that shine already? Compared to like the blue right here. See how much duller this is compared to that? And that's just with Novus too. So, all right, I'm gonna go over this whole play field with that. And then after that, we're gonna get some wax on it. Okay, now I am going to put some pinball wax on there. I actually bought wax for pinball. I don't think you need it. I'm sure automotive wax is just fine. I think this is just kind of a gimmick in my eyes. But I could be mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong. I think if you have a clear playfield, automotive wax is just fine. Maybe if you have a wood one like this is partially wood, maybe you do need this. Maybe it treats the wood. Chime in, let me know. I don't want to say the wrong thing because I truly don't know. I mean, I definitely tell you when I don't know something. And in this case, I don't know. We're going to switch to this guy here. So by using this wheel, what I'm doing is I am working the wax into the playfield. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep doing this for a little bit now. All right, guys. Look at that. Not bad for original, huh? Pretty good shine to it. Not perfect, but better. Yep, that's the shirt I need to make, I know. I have a leaf switch here I think should work. It's from a Williams arcade game. I don't see why it wouldn't work. This guy right here should work fine because the rubber should hit that and then make contact. Oh shoot, it's going the wrong way. No, that's right, that's right. I have to take off this bracket that they mounted over here. And I can adjust these flippers up because of the set screws. I'm still going to put a washer, even though you don't need to. I'm still going to put a washer on the top, just so that it won't ever drag again. Some people say that you don't need to, but you know what? Does it really matter? I got some copper washers in the shop I can use. Oh shoot, those are riveted on. All right, well, let me think here. I have some screws for it. I just don't understand why'd they do that. Had to be a reason. Of course, the nut stuck inside my bit. All right. Let's take a better look at this thing. So why did they do this? Just because that was broke. Oh, you know why? Probably because it was riveted and stuff, and they were like, I don't have the tools to mess with that. So they just took it out of the way. Which I don't really understand what the purpose was to even take it off, because, okay, so it's broke. Unless it was somehow getting hung up. This could have been getting hung up like this. That's probably what it was doing. Is this was getting underneath there and sticking together and causing it to do that. That's probably it. So now I gotta go hunt down some little nuts and bolts so we can get the rivets off of that, which I don't know what I have down here to do that. Well, you know what? My solder gun, cordless solder gun's heated up. So let's change it real quick before I take the bracket off, just so that I can turn the solder gun off. All right, we'll put that one, just gonna put it this way. So we'll put this guy on this side. Would never ever have noticed that if I didn't take the playfield apart. Okay. Ooh, still a little hot. Today has been an extremely long day. I've got that car just about completely back together. Had to go to Home Depot, buy a bunch of wood because of my new dilemma. So we bought a greenhouse and we're going to put it on the deck out back. Aluminum one. And so we order it. We ordered it from Walmart online. Okay, they shipped it right to the house. Thing shows up. I open up the 2 boxes, and I'm not joking, guys. There was probably 1,000 parts. So we start figuring it out. Very shitty directions. Start figuring out how to put the thing together. Turns out they didn't send us one nut or bolt for this thing. So I'm wanting to get it done. So I said, screw it. I went to Home Depot and bought nuts and bolts and washers and all this good stuff. $100 and some later. And then get back home, start working on it again. Realize that we're missing brackets. At this point, this is a couple days ago. At this point, I'm like, what the hell? So when we first were missing the nuts and bolts, there was a 1-800 number that you can call. A paper that came in the box says, hey, if you have any problems or anything wrong, just call this number, customer service. So we call it, and the phone number is suspended. So you can't get a hold of anybody. Suspended. So we email them. Day later, somebody replies from the email and says, we're really sorry that you're missing the nuts and bolts. How about we give you a $30 credit? I'm like, how is a $30 credit going to be enough for $100 of the bolts that I spent? No response. Next day goes by, no response. Won't send a new one. Doesn't say anything about getting the old one back. So at this point, you know what? I'm like, screw it. I called my bank because I used my debit card to purchase it through Walmart app. And I talked to my bank. I said, hey, here's what's going on. They're like, you know what? This is ridiculous. We're going to credit the money back to your account. So they're going to credit back on Monday. And then they're going to go after those people because clearly it's some sort of a scam or something going on. And so now I have all these aluminum brackets and stuff that, like, what the hell am I going to do with this stuff? The people won't even respond. No way in heck I'm going to be shipping back. One of the boxes is like 200 pounds. The other one's like 100. Like, I'm really going to ship these back to you guys? It cost me a fortune to do that. So I said screw it and went to Home Depot tonight and bought all the wood I needed to make the frame, and I'm going to use the plastic panels that came with that and put them in the wood frame that I make. And then I bought some different roofing and stuff. So they're not getting it back at this point. I mean, what am I going to do? I'm trying to get this thing up before the weather turns to crap, and this dumb stuff happens. I got to go get this off of here. I'm probably just going to bust it off, and then I got to go find some little nuts and bolts real quick. All right, let me finish this story then. So then I messaged Walmart because you can't talk to anybody anymore. That's just not allowed. No such thing as customer service anymore. So I talked to sent an email to Walmart customer service, and they sent an email back saying that you will get a response within 48 hours. 48 hours came and went with no response. So the story is you can't trust freaking any place anymore. I mean, it's ridiculous. Nobody cares about anything. These are a little on the long side. I might cut them. But yeah, it's just crazy that even big companies like that, just nobody cares. It's like there's no consequences to any of it. But yet, if I do something wrong, I'll be in court the next freaking day. you guys like that one. So tomorrow I'm going to be building a greenhouse. Maybe I'll do a video on it. I'm going to try to get as much built as I possibly can. It's going to be way nicer anyways. And to be honest with you, it's not costing much more than it cost to buy the kit. Should have did that from the beginning. That was my gut from the beginning, and I didn't do it. And I should have. Man, we've been getting 40-mile-an-hour gusts of wind tonight. We had a storm come through. Or if I can cut them with this. Urgh. Good thing it didn't fly in the machine. Great. Found it. All right. So now, should be able to get this up in there. And I think it's going to work just fine. Okay. Smash my fingers. All right, so this is the new one. Bend it back a little bit. I don't see why it won't work. Should be fine. It's not a new one, it's a used one, but I'm gonna clean it up. I have so many used leaf switches and stuff. All right, let's get the head on. This head is freaking heavy. And like, once again, I'm not super tall, so it's really hard for me to get the head on a pinball by myself. Yeah, the 4-player is definitely a lot heavier because of all the reels inside. I'm gonna take the back off. That door is actually pretty heavy. Good thing I haven't cleaned the side rails yet. That wasn't too bad. The only problem is the bolts are way over there. Crap. Oh boy. Very gently set it down. Okay. Probably should have grabbed a wrench too. I am not thinking today. There we go. Okay, I was able to spin it by hand. I think there's only 2 plugs in this machine for the head, I believe. I gotta clean up down here next week. Oh boy, see what I mean? Tripping on everything. At least that wasn't anything important. It was just the bottom silver piece before the blue top goes on. Okay, I only have 2 bolts for now. I'll have to get 2 more. All right, now I gotta plug this bad boy in. Oh no, forgot to put the cord underneath the head. Dummy. Four plugs total. Only found 1 so far. There they are. They're right there. Okie dokie. Okay, those are plugged in. I'm gonna loosen the head up so I can get that cord fed back there. Don't know where I put the socket at. Oh, there it is. You know, you figure after the first couple times you've done this, you'd learn. I always do it. Always. sucker. Got it. Uh-oh. Okay, good. Beautiful. Oh, that stupid bracket. Okay. I don't know why those are stuck on. Is that what it does when the game's over? Something goofy's going on. It's wanting to keep resetting. You know what? I wonder if because the flippers aren't on. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I want to get the playfield back together and then I'll worry about that. I don't know if that would do anything or not. So I'm going to grab some LEDs. We're going to pop them in these holes here. I'm actually going to turn the game off. I'm going to wire wheel those real quick. A little bit of wax residue. Got this little Dremel brush here. now I'm using regular LEDs on the top. Anything that is underneath, we'll put the Ghostbusters, non-ghosting, whatever. I think I'm just using cool white for everything up top, so that it makes the plastic stand out. Most of these I bought from Comet Pinball. You can buy them in 100 packs, 25 packs, or individually. That's a warm white. Grabbed it out of the wrong one, I think, or I mixed two together by accident. And then under the playfield, we're going to use whatever color the inserts are, I think, you know, to keep it. We'll probably do these maybe cool white, make them look a little nice, a little brighter. We'll do reds there. We'll do oranges here. Reds there. We're just basically just LEDing it to make it a little bit brighter. When you use that little wire brush in there, make sure you don't go down too far. You don't want to hit that spring in the bottom. You hit that spring in the bottom, you could wrap it up in the wire wheel, and then you'll have to replace the socket. But you see how these are just instantly going right on? It's because I cleaned that outer perimeter real good. Got any of that white stuff off of there, that corrosion that builds up on these sockets. Yeah, I think this up here being white like this with the plastics on top is the way to go. And I always buy frosted lenses. I don't buy the clear ones. All right, so we have those. We're missing that one there. Nope, another warm white. I definitely have some of them mixed up by accident. I mean, it's not a huge deal because I could clearly see what's what when you put it in there. Okay. I think I got them all. Now you think because these are lit that you can put regular ones in, you can't because they switch on and off. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on high speed and we're gonna start putting some of the plastics together, some of the rubbers on the new red. I bought a red rubber kit from Titan. I think it was Titan, yeah. Right here. So we're gonna have red rubbers on this. I think it'll look good. So, all right, let me just start getting at it. Real quick before I start, the Grand Prix is kind of faded out. It's like pink looking. I'm gonna put red LEDs behind it, and that's really gonna enhance it and make it look a little redder. Same thing with the red car and stuff like that. We'll take the glass out and LED that, and it'll definitely help. And we can use all regular LEDs up there as well. I guess I should have probably ordered white rubbers like it originally had. The red kind of blends in, but oh well. Right here, I am lifting the playfield up so that I can get the wire that goes around the spinner from the bottom of the playfield, because it fell down when I took the spinner off, taking the game apart. All right, I'm gonna actually call it a night. I still have a couple hours to go on this, and I have a busy day tomorrow, so I'm gonna call it a night. These aren't fastened down yet. I gotta put the spinner over here. And then we have one other part that's gotta go on there too. This guy, more than one part, but we gotta get this on right here. The other spinner on over there, and then we have some parts back here and stuff that we got to put on, and then we got to put the blue, this guy on and stuff. Actually, I think this covers that hole. No, it does not. All right, so I gotta, oh, that other thing does. Never mind. The metal bracket does. Okay, so I'm gonna end this tonight. It's looking really good. Playfield looks really shiny so far. I am gonna put one more coat of wax on it once I'm done. But that's some pretty vibrant colors. We got one little crack right there. But I mean, look at this thing. Even up close, look at the yellow and the green. That's pretty damn good. So it's coming along nicely, guys. I do like just having the white LEDs. It just brightens it up a little bit. And we'll do, like I said, we'll do it in the back box. We'll put a green behind the green car, red behind the red car, or red ones behind the Grand Prix. And we'll just kind of coordinate them like that and make it look real, real good. So I was hoping to get it done tonight, but it was later than I thought after Home Depot and stuff tonight. So that's usually how my schedule goes. It never works the way I want it to, but you know what? It is what it is. I accomplished quite a bit tonight. Got confused on a couple little things. This spinner over here, I didn't realize how it mounted. So I just honestly went back on my video and watched when I tore it down, how it went. And now I know, obviously this side goes the same way. Then that other one goes right here. Then we go put that silver plate in, and then the blue plate goes on top of that. We'll be able to screw those down. Really not too much left on the top of the playfield. We got pretty far so far. I got to put lights for the pop bumpers and put these guys back on. I think I'm gonna light those red. Let me grab two ghosting or ghost whatever they are, red ones for in there. I think that'll look all right. Yeah, that looks good. I'm all right with that. I could put white, but be a little different here. Oh, these things are giving me a problem, those stupid sockets. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tighten those up a little bit. All right, I'm not gonna put the caps on it tonight. I'll get them tightened up. Basically, I just take a pair of pliers and just lightly squeeze them a little bit. Because if you don't, when the ball starts hitting the pop bumper, then all of a sudden it goes out because the bulb gets knocked loose. So like I said, tomorrow I'm going to be building a greenhouse all day, so I don't know. I'm hoping to be able to get down here tomorrow night and finish this up. I don't have much more to go. Why is that not going in all the way? Plunger. I don't know. Seems like the plunger's not going up high enough to hit the ball, but maybe it is just enough. Yep, it is. Okay. All right, so thanks everybody for watching. Any questions or comments, feel free to ask. Easy to get this playfield shiny like that, guys. Like I said, go on Amazon and get some of those buffing wheels and use some Novus 2. What the Novus 2 does is it gets rid of some of the fine scratches that are in the playfield, and then you can go from there. You can go to wax, and so far this has 2 coats of wax on it, and I'm going to do one more hand coat once I get all the playfield put back together. These guys I need to clean up a little bit. They look kind of like crap. I'm probably going to buff these things. Now, I don't know if you guys know this or not. When you put rubber on your flippers, you're supposed to put the rubber on, okay? And then take your fingers and pull it like this. And it's called preloading the tip. I don't know why they say to do that, but they do. So I just do it because they say you're supposed to do it. Why they tell you to do that, I truly don't know. Somebody will tell me that, that'd be great. But other than that, I'm gonna go and take a shower and go to bed. So have a good night, guys. I'll see you guys later. One more quick thing. Let's turn the lights off real quick. I thought of that before I see what it looks like in the dark. I'd say it looks really good. So, all right, now I'm going to call it a night. Have a good night, guys.